Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the Capricorn daily energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, especially since this is a general reading. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Chariot, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like your Ten of Pentacles is heading towards you. I feel like, although you feel like it's moving away from you, because I feel like you're facing a lot of challenges lately. I feel like you're having a lot of obstacles because it's like, it's hard to see, but how the Eight of Wands is going in the opposite direction. Like it kind of feels like it's moving away from you. But I feel like you feel like it's moving away from you, but I feel like it's heading towards you. And I feel like you're facing these obstacles and these challenges. It's kind of like the last test before these things happened for you. And I feel like with the Chariot and the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like that's heading right towards you. And I feel like that's coming in for you, but you feel like it's going in the opposite direction. Like you feel like, oh, I feel like I'm getting farther and farther away from my Ten of Pentacles, and I feel like I'm losing control, and I feel like all of these challenges are coming before me, and that it's stay strong, okay? We don't want to drop those on the floor. We have the Queen of Wands and we have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like it's stand your ground. Like, just keep going with what it is that you're doing and release that energy that you feel is starting to make you frustrated, because when you get in this frustrated energy, that's what's going to push you away from your Ten of Pentacles. That's gonna feeling like things are going to happen for you, like you feel confident, you feel good, you feel like things are going in the good direction, then all of a sudden it's like these challenges are before you, but I feel like it's testing you to see how badly that you want to have something. But I feel like it's kind of stand your ground and keep moving forward, and to release that energy, that negativity that you're starting to build up, like that frustration that you're starting to have. And it's almost like learning how to handle situations or conflicts and saying, okay, I'm not going to let this get to me. I thought I needed those cards, but I feel like I don't. So let's keep going on with these. Princess of Swords. Don't get too much in your head about it, and to cut with that sword there that I feel that is right there. I feel like it's kind of cut out that negativity, cut out that negative thinking, and don't get in your head too much. I know I'm a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising, and I definitely get in my head too much, and I start overthinking about things, and then it starts pulling me into the negative, and I start over analyzing, and I start overthinking. And usually when the situation has passed, it's like, oh my gosh, like I was so in my head that I really didn't need to do that. Ten of Swords. I definitely feel that you're in your head, and I feel like it's kind of knowing, okay, I'm just going to, giving up control is something that's very hard, but I don't feel like it's not being in control of your life, but giving up to the universe that things will happen when the time is right, and that things will fall in place when the time is right. And that's a really hard thing to give up, because we feel like, okay, it needs to. I feel like part of tarot is people are looking for that time and looking for that date and looking for that narrowing down, because we feel a sense of security when we know, okay, in 2 months or in a month or in a week or next Friday, or, you know, when I'm out shopping at the store, at the coffee shop, that I'm gonna meet this person, or I'm gonna get a text message, or this is gonna happen or that's gonna happen. And we give us a sense of security. But the problem with that is that if it doesn't come to fruition, then we feel a bigger sense of loss than if we never had that that time placed on it. And I've been listening to the Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, and it's just like, and a lot of the other, I think it's like Taking the Leap, and there's been a few books that I've been listening to, and it's basically about giving up that when and where and that how of things happening for you. And it's just focusing on what it is that is your 10 of Pentacles. Because I feel like you have this 10 of Pentacles that you want to have come in for you, whatever that may represent for you. And it's going to be something that I feel is giving you a lot of stability and giving you a lot of confidence within yourself. And it's something that you've been waiting for. But I feel like you have too much, you feel like it's moving away because maybe it didn't happen in the time space, or maybe you were listening to something and it said, okay, at this time this was going to happen, or this day was, and that's why I really tried to stay away from it. I found that when I first started listening to tarot messages, like I wanted to hear that, okay, it's going to be at this time or that time or by this time or that, and that didn't happen. I even got a couple personal readings from some readers, and they had said times, and I felt a huge sense of letdown when that didn't happen for me. And that's why unless I feel something really strong, I try and stay away from, time frames or days or exacts. But I feel like it's about getting yourself in the energy of this 10 of Pentacles and kind of giving it up and saying, okay, it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep focusing, right? Just like this Queen of Wands. I'm going to keep my power. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep focusing on, and I know that it's hard, especially if you're waiting for something to happen or you're wanting something to happen and you feel this sense of letdown, but it's like, keep going on your path. Keep going on your path. Keep moving, keep going. Release those energies, those frustrations that you have, whatever that tool is that you have to help you with that. Refocus your energy, refocus your direction so that you are not getting, because I feel that anger and frustration and irritation and, I feel like that kind of pushes it farther away for it to come in from you. Set yourself free. Like all of these swords that have come, the Princess of Swords, the Princess of Swords, and then we have the 10 of Swords, and then we have the 8 of Swords. So there's like, that's what I was saying, is I feel like you're really in your head about this, that you're really getting frustrated, that you're starting to be over analytical, and that you have to see that you're kind of setting up these walls around yourself, that you're kind of, like you're holding yourself back. And it's just like, you know what? Okay, so at this time that hasn't happened, or it hasn't happened yet. Or I feel like, sometimes you're like, well, how can it happen? Because all of this other stuff is happening. But you know how sometimes when they say when you least expect it, things happen, or when you stop thinking about it, things happen. And it's like, maybe you're so busy with these other things that this is coming in for you, and that you're just going to be surprised, and you're going to be like, oh, wow, like this happened. I just feel like it's set yourself free from being restrained or being tied down from a time or a place, and focus on what is important to you with this 4 of Pentacles. Like, focus on what can you do for yourself? What can you do that can make you happy? Okay, so for me, I spill water on my laptop. So I do not have a laptop, and it gives me anxiety because I've never edited a video on my phone. Like, your phone can still access like all your emails and all that, but I like to sit down at a desk and I like to do it on my computer. And now I feel a sense of calmness even though this happened. So I did order another computer. It's not going to be here for like another 5 or 6 days. And I almost feel like it's like the universe tests you to say, okay, can you handle if something different is being thrown at you, right? That if you get too set in your ways of this is how it has to be, but then when something happens that's out of the ordinary, that it really throws you off. And I feel a little thrown off, definitely. I feel a little bit of anxiety, but definitely nothing like I would have felt before. Like, I feel like I've had a lot of challenges lately. I mean, I have my check engine light on, I broke my toe, and now my computer's broken. A broken toe, a broken car, and a broken computer. So, I mean, all you can do is laugh about it, but all you can do is try and find those ways to get through those situations and not let them bother you. And yeah, it does bother me, but you know, if I'm going to get angry and frustrated and irritated by it, that's not going to solve the problem. I can't, you know, I asked my son for suggestions about a new laptop and he gave me one. And so it's going to take a little bit for it to get here. And so I just have to be patient and wait for that. And I feel like the universe is kind of throwing me these curveballs to throw me off, but I do feel that something big is coming in. When I was working as a cashier last Saturday, the numbers have really been showing up for me lately. Like, definitely, like, repeating numbers have just been coming for like the last couple of weeks. And I was at the grocery store, and so I had rung up one customer and they had a lot of 7s in their total, and then the next person had a lot of 7s in their total, and then the next person is like, something's gonna happen for you. They're like, if you all these 7s, like this customer just said to me, like, something's going on for you, like you should play the lottery because you've had all these 7s. And I was just feeling this energy, like something, it was trying to tell me something. And it was so crazy that customer said to me that they were noticing all the 7s that were coming through. And I said to her, I said, something's going to happen. I said, I don't know what it is or when it is or what's going on. I said, but I feel this energy that something is going to happen. And I said, these numbers keep popping up for me. And early in their day, I had seen 1111. Somebody's total was 1111. And I don't remember someone's total being 1111. And the day before, I had like 3 people that had like an even number as a total. Like it was $63 or it was $44. Like that doesn't happen too often. And that had happened 3 times. And I was just like, I feel so, like, and she could feel the energy too. And it was like, you know, I'm just like, okay, like, and I was kind of getting into that energy of, okay, when is it going to happen? But then I was like, no, I can't let it happen. And then it was like, you know, it's just like, now my computer's broken. And it's just like, okay, the universe is still testing me, but I still feel like something is going to be happening for me. And I want to keep myself in that receptive energy. And I feel like this is you too. Like, even though you may be challenged right now, and even though there may be things that are coming in for you that you feel like, okay, why is this happening? Like, I thought it was supposed to be a good time. I thought it was supposed to be, you know, this stuff was supposed to be happening for me, and it's not. I feel like it's kind of with this 4 of Pentacles here, it's kind of like focusing on your inner self and focusing how you are responding to these situations. And look at this, look what just came in, the 10 of Cups, right? So you have the 10 of Pentacles and you have the 10 of Cups, right? So this is, it's just like, I just feel like it's you focusing on your emotions and your feelings and staying happy and staying positive. And I know that's kind of like cliche and it's easy to say, but yes, I've been going through some struggles. So yes, I can say that it does make a difference. Like, I have had some challenges come at me lately that I've had to deal with, some big challenges. And yes, like before I would have been like, oh, be happy. Like, are you crazy? Like, how can you be happy with all of this stuff coming in and all of this stuff happening? But I can be happy because I choose to be happy, because I choose to focus on like the number signs that are coming through. And, you know, it's just, I choose to focus on the positive instead of focusing on the negative, because that's what I used to do before. Let's grab one more. And we have the Lovers. I'm not going to show the people, but this is the Lovers card. And it could be a relationship. It could be a relationship coming in for you, but I feel like it's a sense of peacefulness that is coming in for you. It's a sense of peacefulness that is coming up and loving life, right? And saying, you gotta love it even when you get the challenges. Like, we have those times in our lives where we feel like things are really happening for us and we feel like things are good. And then we feel like we don't really think anything about it. We're just kind of rolling along. And then there's times when we feel like we have more challenges. And I feel like it's kind of, I just keep thinking about how in that audiobook was saying that not getting used to routine, because if you're always in a routine, you don't have the possibility to explore new things or to have new things happen for you. And that, you know, you'll have this sense of anxiety about it. And it's just like, okay, this is, I think I had said in a reading the other day that, like, put your phone aside. Like, how would you feel if your phone was taken away from you? Like, I think I had just said that, like, the other day in one of my readings. And, you know, do you have a sense of anxiety with it? And like, my computer was just taken away from me. And I feel a little bit of anxiety, but I'm like, you know what? I'll figure it out a different way. I'll figure it out a different way, and I'll handle things a different way. And I'll be okay with it, and I'll get through. And maybe this opens up doors to other things, like, and for me figuring out how to do it on my phone, or maybe I just won't make as many videos, or, you know, maybe I'm supposed to be spending my time doing something else. I don't know, but I'm open to whatever possibilities are ready to come in. And I feel like that's you too. When you don't have this stress of time, of how, and you, all these stipulations on things happening for yourself, when you don't have that and you have a sense of freedom and you're just like being in the moment, which I have said many times before, is just being in the moment and just enjoying like what's going on, then you have this sense of calmness within yourself, and you have this sense of peace within yourself. And you're just like, I'll handle the things that I need to handle. I'll deal with the things that I need to deal with. But if I can't, then I can't, right? And just being able to let that go. Let's grab some animal oracle. We have cow spirit. The miracles are endless. I love it. The miracles are endless because you are creating those. You are in a frame of mind where you are ready to receive miracles, however big or small those are, and to open up those new doors. And then we have wasp spirit. Okay, so this goes with life. We have wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings, right? Sometimes life stings, and sometimes we have those miracles, right? We have those ups and downs. That's life. We have those times where things feel really great, and we have those times where we feel like, you know, we have these challenges. But if how you handle those challenges, and if they don't feel as overwhelming, then you're able to deal with those, right? That you're able to handle those better. And maybe there's something for you to see, you know, with these challenges that are around you, where you feel like your 10 of Pentacles is moving in a different direction. Maybe it has to do with a job or an opportunity that didn't come in that you thought was going to, but maybe that one just wasn't the right fit for you. Maybe that one just wasn't what was supposed to be for you, and that there's something else out there for you. Being open to those other possibilities. And say, well, this one didn't work for whatever reason, but there's something better waiting there for me. We have effort, conquering your demons. And I feel like that is kind of that, I feel like that goes with the 10 of Swords, where it's kind of saying, okay, those things that you feel are always stabbing you in the back, right? All of those challenges that you're having with those 10 of Swords. And it's kind of conquering those and saying, it's going to challenge me, but I'm not going to let it overwhelm me. I'm not going to let it get to me, right? That I'm, right? Same with sometimes life stings. Is it, you know, is it trying to put you in that negative frame of mind, in that negative space, right? Is it trying to overwhelm you? Is it trying to get to you? And kind of noticing, okay, just like me with all of my challenges, it's like, yeah, like that, all of these things that have happened definitely would have thrown me for a loop before, but I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. And I'm going to keep pushing through, and I know that I'm on the right path, and that whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Let's grab a Whispers of Healing. Hidden blessings, right? Hidden blessings. And I feel like that goes with cow spirit, which are the miracles. Sometimes we don't realize that there are hidden blessings even in the challenges that we have, right? When we feel that life stings, that there are hidden blessings in those challenges. And it's looking for those and saying, you know what? I'm glad that did happen, because it made me realize that I you know, this about myself or that about myself, or I was putting too much into this, or I need to put more energy into that, or I need to put more focus into this, right? And realizing those hidden blessings even in the challenges, right? The 10 of Swords that we may have, or that 8 of Swords that we may have, and realizing those. Let's grab a Whispers of Love. We have be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. That's what I was saying about being in the, like, being in the now, but also looking towards the future, and like looking towards those goals, and looking towards those things that we want to accomplish, and looking towards those things that we want to do. And not living in the past and saying, well, like every time in the past this happened or that happened, or, you know, how we handled things in the past or how we did things in the past, and not just being in the moment and saying, okay, how do I make the best of this situation, right? That I'm being challenged right now, but how can I make the best of this situation? We have the hardest thing, right? Patience. And that's the hardest thing. And I'm the same way. And sometimes, like I said, if we can't put a time frame on it, or we can't put on a how, or like it's like just giving up that control to the universe and saying it's going to happen when the time is right. That's also the Temperance card. So patience. I kept thinking Sagittarius. And then we have to be fair. Be fair to yourself. Look at how you're handling sometimes when life stings, right? And conquering those demons and being fair to yourself. Is that really fair to yourself, to put yourself in that negative energy, or to feel like things aren't going to happen for yourself, or to feel that negative energy towards yourself? Is it really fair to do that to yourself, right? Balance out those scales. Again, I feel like that kind of goes with the Temperance, with the balance and the scales, and saying, you know what, I have to be fair, just like Mile. It's like I have to be fair to myself. I'm not going to go into that negativity. I'm not going to get all sad. And I was fighting it, let me tell you. This morning I was struggling a little bit, and I was just like, because my routine is getting up and then, you know, getting on my computer and working on stuff. And I'm like, that was all thrown off this morning. But the fun thing is that my son contacted me and wanted to come over for a haircut because he was getting out of work early. And so it was definitely a different morning, but I was able to appreciate that, and I was able to enjoy that. Because I was like, normally I would have been deep in my work and I would have been doing all of these things. And I'm just like, maybe the universe is saying that I just have to slow things down and kind of take a break, because I definitely have a lot on my plate lately. But I feel like it's kind of saying, okay, maybe how can I make this situation easier for myself? Instead of making it harder for myself and stressing about something and worrying about something, how can I make it easier for myself to handle this situation? It's all about how you look at it, right? Don't feel that this is moving away from you. Feel that it's moving closer to you, but maybe there's just some things that you have to work on before this happens. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I wish you the best in your journey.